Welcome to the bold analysis. I want us to take a minute and just listen to what Ndindi Nyoro told Rigathi Gachagua, Alice Wahome, and Jane Kihara while attending a church service in Murang'a. And I have listened to that speech by Ndindi Nyoro. He spoke after all the other speakers because in terms of protocol, Rigathi Gachagua was to address the church, then invite Alice Wahome. Alice Wahome invited the rest, including Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro has a special message, a message on why attacking Uhuru Kenyatta in Mount Kenya is no longer the way to go. Acknowledging one thing, that fate was on their way to form the Kenya Kwanza government. I want you to listen to that speech because I think he is trying to deliver a very special message that these Mount Kenya politicians need to get. Listen to that here. Listen to that information here.
The one I've read says, love prospers when a fault is forgiven, but dwelling on it separates close friends. I also want to read from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 32. And it says that be kind and compassionate to one another, just as Christ God forgave us. The reason I've read those two verses, Your Excellency, na wale tumekuja kuabudu Mungu pamoja, ni ya kwamba we were all here, actually seated here with the current president of Kenya. And what happened on the 4th of October 2020 is and was unprecedented. We had never again in my lifetime seen a church being tear gassed. That was unprecedented. Lakini pia, if you refer to the book of God that we refer to every Saturday and every day, inatueleza ya kwamba when you forgive each other, unakuwa unaweka mizigo yako chini, you become lighter to forge ahead. I also want to refer all of us, because I have been very close to His Excellency the Deputy President and His Excellency the President. Tukifanya campaign Kenya mzima, we have gone to places that were very hard. We have faced situations that were very difficult. But when I retreat myself alone, najiulizanga kama hatugepitia hayo, tungeshinda hii kiti. I always reflect na najiuliza hivyo. Even in our own personal lives, His Excellency the Deputy President, if God never put you in situations that you overcame, would you be the Deputy President of Kenya? If the situations that Honorable Alice Wahome went through were not available to refine her character, would he be the Cabinet Secretary for Water? All of us here, we have played a role. But I want to believe, this is my conviction, that whatever issues that we went through, especially the difficult moments, it was a moment that God was taking us through because He was preparing us for a better chance to serve Kenyans ahead. Na kwa hivyo mimi, hata kama tulipita yale maovu ya hiyo wakati, mimi kwa roho yangu kama Ndindi Nyoro ambayo nilikunywa tear gas, hata mwenye alirusha ile nilikunywa, before this church, myself, I forgive you.
Now, let me say, Ndindi Nyoro's message is very solid, strategic, and the intention is very clear. This is a man that is closest to William Ruto. This is the man that was touted to be on the radar of heading to the cabinet. And after missing on the cabinet slot, he was appointed the chair of the Budget and Appropriation Committee in the National Assembly. He grew from the ranks from a CDF chairman to now second-term member of parliament, Kiharu constituency in Murang'a. His speech was very powerful in simply saying, and simply telling Rigathi Gachagua that stop attacking President Uhuru Kenyatta. Maybe we would not be where we were were it not for what they have been saying as Uhuru Kenyatta's hostility meted on them. And I just want to borrow a leaf from Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga's profile in biography remains as the longest political detainee in the history of this country. Political detainee. That has made his name who he is. He keeps on referring to Moi days and so, but that profile remains. And from when I listen to Ndindi Nyoro is simply reminding the mountain that enough of Uhuru Kenyatta talk. By the way, let me tell you, if you've been following Kenya Kwanza, especially for the last 1 month after they were sworn in, I think the only people that are talking about Raila is National Assembly team. Now, in the campaign trail, the Moses Kurias, the Ndindi Nyoros have toned down on attacking the president, the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. The only man that now is remaining and have campaign hangovers is actually Rigathi Gachagua. In any platform, he was in Mombasa recently. Poti yenye ilikuwa naibiwa. He was in Kajiado. Raila. Even today he was in Murang'a. Raila. So Ndindi Nyoro is simply saying that, look here, it's enough of talking about Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. And he never, by the way, if you follow the proceeding, I followed it. He never talked about Uhuru Kenyatta, ill about Raila Odinga. He's simply changing the goalpost. My speculation could be that William Ruto sent him. That even William Ruto is feeling uncomfortable with Rigathi Gachagua's stand on Raila Odinga. I've always said that Rigathi Gachagua is a deputy president and he came to government, especially active politics, just the other day. Served as a first-time MP and was picked, having all the resources, was picked as the running mate. And because of the coincidental William Ruto presidency, Rigathi Gachagua got himself in the table. But William Ruto has been in government, and William Ruto knows very well that you may not wish out the opposition front. You may not wish out Raila Odinga. And so you cannot write off Raila Odinga anything. And so I think Rigathi seems to have taken a stand that, look here, Raila is a nobody, Uhuru is a nobody, we are here. This is for us. In fact, according to Rigathi, it's our time to eat. So that position, I think, even if you listen to Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto is nowadays have toned down on that combative approach. He speaks about opposition and find a way about addressing it with a corporate language. But the only person that have remained street talker is Rigathi Gachagua. And sadly, that is it. And I can look at this. Ndindi Nyoro is hitting Gachagua with the reality that you are what you are because of what Uhuru Kenyatta meted on you. That's simply what he's saying. And this is the big take about why these people should actually reconsider their approach and their talk on Uhuru Kenyatta, because Uhuru hate messages will be stale in 2027. The point of going to tell the Mount Kenya voters about Uhuru Kenyatta did this, Uhuru Kenyatta did that. That line, that political message is going to be stale, because on 2022, the target was to dethrone him. He's left power. Now in 2027, even if he will be active, maybe supporting a candidate behind the scene, he will not be in that space. And people are now not in touch with him, and he's not been in government. It was conveniently possible in the last general election because Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. So it was convenient to tell them, send the hate messages on Uhuru because Uhuru has not done that, Uhuru has not done this, Uhuru has not done that. And the mountain politics was actually crafted around hate messages on Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. So that line is stale. To consciousness enough that the person that have realized that, look here, talking about Uhuru Kenyatta is not adding value anymore. I agree with Ndindi Nyoro. Talking about Uhuru Kenyatta is not adding value. It's not going to help the mountain. This is time, instead of revisiting Uhuru Kenyatta, sit down and question William Ruto's plan for the people. If you listen to what he said, he's saying there that our tea farmers, our coffee farmers are having expectations and we have a solid plan. That is what we should be talking about. That is what Rigathi Gachagua and the Mount Kenya team should be speaking about. They should not be speaking about what Uhuru Kenyatta this, Uhuru Kenyatta that. And that is the line. Ndindi Nyoro is bringing a very good narrative. I am telling you, it's a very good narrative that even the media houses should actually pick that. And this narrative will not only help the mountain, but even the rest of the country. I know there are areas, or especially areas who feel they are in the political seat, that they have that fanatical support for William Ruto. It's good to have fanatical support for William Ruto, but you should not be blinded that you don't ask the real question. What is happening is, and that's what Ndindi Nyoro is addressing, that let's leave that fanatical support, let's leave that political euphoria and come to table and ask the questions that shall gonna benefit our people. I can't agree more. That is the stand. And any other place, even the coast, instead of praising on how you gave William Ruto votes, Western, Rift Valley, Nairobi, instead of praising the presidency by saying taking bragging rights that we gave X number of votes, just the real question that you should ask is, what is the plan for this? What is the plan for our fish company that was to be built in Kisumu? What is the plan for the ongoing port in Kisumu? What is the plan for the Mumias sugar? That is the direction that this country needs to take. But, good enough, Ndindi Nyoro is starting the conversation. Gachagua is going to lose relevance because he will remain the only person still talking about Uhuru Kenyatta. He will remain the only person. No one in the mountain is no longer then bothering about Uhuru. In fact, to them, Uhuru is a closed chapter. That's it. Oh, Uhuru, hatuongei. But then you cannot consolidate a team on that ground. The reason why he's going to lose the relevance is this. Politics is evolving. In 2022, it was about Uhuru Kenyatta is bad. In 2027, it cannot be about Uhuru Kenyatta. It can only be about, we have done this to the coffee farmers, or Uhuru Kenyatta or William Ruto are supposed to do this for us and he has not done it, so we need to think this way. That's it. I wish people get it. That is it. It will be difficult and that is what Ndindi Nyoro has realized, that as time goes, you cannot solve all the problems at community level. So instead of sitting there with an incumbency, sitting down comfortable with an incumbency, you need to redefine your politics. And it's time to ask the tough questions. There is no problem. nothing stops you from asking what really was promised to the people. And the more Rigathi Gachagua holds that stand of, after Uhuru, after that. By the way, not all people sympathizes with what he went through. And I'm one person who I like the two-sided conversation. In journalism, they call the right to reply. So it has been Rigathi Gachagua and the people that sympathize with him have made Kenyans to believe that Uhuru Kenyatta was wrong to do all those things, and all those prosecutions or those cases were politically instigated. But isn't it also true that there was a problem, even if it has not been proved? But is it true that Gachagua didn't have a case to answer? Is it really true? Even if you are to frame a case against someone, zote tu zikuwe tu ulikuwa naekelewa tu siasa. Is it not true that kulikuwa na zingine? That conversation is there. And we seem to be feeling it. Now, the 2027 political narrative will be on track record. The more we start asking that question on what have you done, that is the real definition of issue-based politics. Kenya Kwanza have said we want to introduce issue-based. The issue-based should be on yes. Now, in 2027, you promised this. You promised Hustler Fund, zero interest. Where is it? You promised this road. Where is it? You promised CBC. That is the issue-based. And that is the conversation that actually we should have as a country. That is the right conversation we should have as a country. And I am glad that Ndindi Nyoro is making a very passionate appeal that look here, enough of Uhuru Kenyatta issues. That's my point.